The average woman spends over £40,000 on beauty products in her lifetime, and most of it on products that do absolutely nothing extra. In this video, I'm going to show you how makeup brands target women over 30, how to spot when you're being ripped off, and how to look good without sacrificing your financial goals. I'm really interested in how the little things that we spend money on, especially stuff like makeup, can quietly chip away at our bigger goals. I'm not anti-makeup at all. I love feeling good and looking put together. But over the years, I've realized that there is a big difference between buying something that genuinely adds value and buying something because I've been marketed to. And those small, harmless spends, they add up, especially when you're being targeted constantly and told that confidence comes in a £60 bottle. I have a chemistry degree. I'm a finance director. I know how to read the back of a label and a profit margin. But somehow, I still find myself dropping over £100 on beauty haul. The last one, Wonderskin lip stains, full eyeshadow palettes, lip liners, mascara, you name it. All things I convinced myself I needed, even though I barely wear makeup. And I don't mean that in a natural beauty, humble brag way. I mean, I literally don't wear it. I'm awful at it. I can't use lip liner or eyeliner to save my life. I end up looking like the Joker. Those Wonderskin lip stains, you paint on this blue stuff and peel it off. Why? What for? I could have bought one for half the price that does the same thing with zero fuss. It's not that women don't use makeup. A lot of us do. But why do we keep spending on things we don't need? Products that promise the world but end up gathering dust in a drawer. I'm not saying this because I'm bitter. Although maybe I am a bit, but mainly because I finally started asking better questions. I stopped buying the fantasy and started thinking like a woman who wants to build wealth and understand why so many of us are being financially drained by an industry built on our insecurities. After that last haul, when I was peeling the blue goo off my lips and staring at another £100 plus worth of stuff under my sink, I genuinely asked myself, why do I keep doing this? I'm not daft, I'm not vain, and I know better. So I started digging into the psychology behind beauty marketing, and honestly, it's hit me hard. Psychologist Renee Englund calls it being beauty sick. It's that feeling that your appearance is never quite good enough, and there's always something to tweak, hide, lift, perfect. Her research shows that us women spend so much of our mental energy and money trying to meet these ever-moving beauty standards. And the wild part is, most of the time, we're not even aware we're doing it. We don't see it as an insecurity. We call it self-care. But is it really self-care if it leaves us broke, frustrated, and staring at a drawer full of regretful purchases? And it goes deeper. Jaya Tolentino talks about this in her book, Trick Mirror. She says the beauty industry has gotten so good at rebranding consumerism as empowerment. Buying a £45 foundation isn't just about covering your skin anymore. It's about claiming your power, investing in yourself, showing the world you're worth it. But the reality is often just capitalism in a pretty bottle. And I think that's the part that stinks, because we're not silly. We're smart, capable women, and yet we're still being manipulated into spending hundreds, sometimes thousands, chasing an image that was designed to keep us buying. And it's not just the money. It's the emotional tax that comes with it. The constant message that we're only as valuable as how good we look as we're doing it. That luxury foundation you pay £50 for is probably built on the same base as a £10 one. Ingredients like dimethicone to make it feel silky, plus pigment and maybe a drop of fragrance. The differences are usually in texture or smell, not the results. Lip oils, the £45 ones, are often just castor oil with a hint of gloss and scent. I bought one because it went viral online, and honestly, it felt exactly the same as the £5 Boots one. And those serums with fancy names, most of them list hero ingredients like niacinamide or vitamin C, but in such tiny amounts, just enough to put it on the box and sell the dream. We're not just buying a product, we're buying hope. The hope that this will be the one that finally makes us feel confident, polished, sorted. But that feeling rarely lasts. And when you realize it's no better than what you already had, it doesn't just sting your bank account, it knocks your confidence a bit too. You start to ask, why do I keep falling for this? And it's not just the one product, it's the drawer full of them. The ones you forgot about, regret buying, or feel too guilty to throw away. And that's where the real cost starts to show up. I'm not saying that you can't treat yourself. I still do. But now I want those treats to actually do something. If you want me to do a deep dive into what's actually in all these formulas and how much they really cost to make, let me know in the comments and I'll happily break it all down. Once you see the formula, it's really hard to fall for the fantasy. And here's the part no one talks about, the real cost of all this. On average, women spend around £40,000 on beauty products in their lifetime. £40,000. That's not pocket change. That's a house deposit, years of retirement savings, or 5 dream holidays. And the wild thing is, most of us don't even realise that it's adding up. It's a £12 mascara here, a £36 lip product there, a £90 serum that doesn't actually do much. But over time, it snowballs. And look, I'm not saying that I don't spend money on things that make me feel good. I'm all for looking and feeling confident. But if you're constantly buying makeup because you feel like you need to, or because some influencer made it look magical, that's not confidence. That's pressure. And pressure keeps us stuck. For me, wealth isn't about hoarding money or never buying anything nice. It's about freedom. It's about being in control of your choices and not being manipulated into buying something that won't even make a difference to your life. This isn't about makeup. It's about power. And it's time we took some of that back. And here's something else that we don't talk enough about. Expiry dates. Most makeup products go off within 6 to 12 months after opening. That viral palette or that £30 lipstick you used once is probably already expired. So not only are we spending money on stuff that we don't really need, we're literally throwing it away. And because most of it comes in plastic or mixed packaging, it's not getting recycled. It ends up in landfill alongside millions of other half-used products women are sold as must-haves. So we're not just paying with our wallet, we're paying with our waste. And let's be honest, most of us aren't buying this stuff because we need it. We're buying it because we're tired, overwhelmed, or comparing ourselves to someone who always looks put together on Instagram. I didn't buy that lipstick because I needed it. I bought it because I'd had a rubbish day, I felt crap about myself, and some influencer made it look like self-care. And that's the trap, isn't it? Makeup and skincare aren't just sold as products, they're sold as solutions. Confidence in a bottle, glow in a tube, a fresh start in a palette. Especially as we get older, there's this underlying message that we have to fix things, that looking tired or having fine lines or not being effortlessly radiant all the time is a problem. And the pressure is constant through ads, social media, even subtle comments from other women. We're made to feel like we're falling behind if we're not glowing or aging well. But you don't need another serum to be enough. You already are. And once you see how the industry uses our worst moments, our insecurities, our bad days to drive spending, it becomes a lot easier to pause and say, hang on, do I actually want this? Or am I just being sold a feeling? So let's get practical. What's actually worth spending your money on? Most makeup artists who work with real women, not just models or influencers, say the same thing. Spend on your base. That means good skincare, a moisturizer that works for your skin, and maybe a foundation or tinted SPF that gives you confidence. But when it comes to color, lipsticks, blush, highlighters, eyeshadows, that's where you can save. Trends change constantly, and there's so many affordable products that do the job well. If you want a deeper dive into skincare, what's actually worth it and what's just marketing fluff, I've done a full video breaking that down. When you start spending based on value instead of vibes, it's a game changer. You still get to look good, but now you're in charge of your money, not the other way around. But the biggest change for me wasn't cutting those things out. It was shifting the way that I saw myself. Once I stopped treating my face like a project to fix and started seeing it as me, just as I am, I stopped wasting money on products that promised to fix something that was never broken. Now, every pound that I spend either makes me feel genuinely good or it goes towards building the life that I actually want. I track my beauty spending in my wealth planner. So when I do treat myself, it's intentional, no guilt, no regret, just a decision I've made on purpose. If that sounds like something that you want too, I've popped a link below. It's helped me get so much more clarity. You don't need a £60 serum to be put together. You don't need 10 highlighters to glow. What you do need is to feel good in your own skin and to know that you're the one in charge of your money, not some trend on TikTok. Once I started spending with that mindset, everything changed. It wasn't about cutting everything out. It was about choosing what actually mattered to me. And honestly, that feels better than any lip gloss ever did.